Guys, what's going on? I hope you guys are well. I hope you guys are staying safe. Guys, thank you for your feedback on me telling me doing that new structure. I am actually not sure about it, and some of you have said, Imran, just carry on doing your couple videos. We prefer it that way, and a lot of you said that. So I'll probably carry on doing it the way I'm doing it. To be brutally honest, thank you all for your feedback. I think probably it would be better for me to maybe do two videos a day. It probably reaches out. Actually, one of you, Iron Fist Boxing, I want to give a shout out to you. He actually messaged me and said or commented on one of my videos and said, Imran, basically how the algorithm works is if your subscribers watch your video and a lot of them start watching, YouTube look at it and say, whoa, this video is doing pretty well. His current subscribers are watching it. That's when they push your videos out to new viewers or new subscribers or new people, potential new subscribers and people that are into boxing. And that, for the first time, someone mentioned something which actually makes sense about the algorithm, because before I was looking at stuff and looking at different YouTube videos and it all seemed like crap. But for the first time, someone mentioned something that actually makes sense. So yeah, thank you for that, Iron Fist Boxing, for that little bit of information which I wasn't aware of. It sounds legit as well, so thank you. If any of you have any other information, do let me know. And how you think I could improve my videos, let me know. But yeah, I want to get straight into this video now. I want to get into this video. Guys, Demetrius Andrade. Demetrius Andrade said that he has offered Chris Eubank over 1 million to fight later this year. This is a very, very desperate and sorry situation with Demetrius Andrade. I have to say, he's making himself look really bad. It says here, Demetrius Andrade's luck at landing a big name fight does not seem to have improved. The two-division titleist from Rhode Island recently indicated in a video in his social media that he has reached out to British middleweight contender Chris Eubank for a fight that would pay him over $1 million, but seemingly to no avail. Now, before I get further into this article, what the hell is $1 million to Chris Eubank? Here's the thing. I don't think Chris Eubank deserves more than that. He's never been a world champion. He's not a credible name in the sense he's not a really elite fighter of any stretch. So he doesn't deserve that. But when you think about the Eubank name, Eubank's probably earning way more than that. And do you really think that Eubank's going to go into a fight with Demetrius Andrade in a fight that he'd be an underdog and probably lose, right, against Andrade? Do you honestly think that he's going to go and take only $1 million for that fight when it's a risky fight, when he potentially could fight Conor Benn for multi-millions? That just doesn't make any sense. And also, the worst thing is that Andrade may not even be a world champion anymore if he takes that fight, because Andrade has to fight Janabek. And this is where all of this comes down. So Andrade might not even be a world champion anymore if he fights Chris Eubank, because the WBO have ordered him to fight Janabek next. So let's move on with this. In the 3-minute video, Andrade laid into Eubank for not accepting the offer, citing the fact that they are both stars. And like, Andrade is not a star or superstar. Neither is Eubank, but you know, Eubank's got his family name. And that they can feed their families with the purse and fill up the O2 Arena in London. Yeah, Eubank, yeah, you're not coming to the UK, right, and offering Chris Eubank $1 million for a fight. Like, you're not the draw. Andrade isn't the draw. You might be the champion, and you won't even be the champion because you have to fight Janabek, right? So if you've basically offering Eubank when Eubank should be the A-side in that fight. Eubank is the A-side. No one knows Demetrius Andrade. Like, Andrade is an unknown. You know, Eubank currently has other plans. However, the son of a two-division champion and British boxing legend, Eubank is reportedly in the works to face rising welterweight Conor Benn in a catchweight. That I'm not interested. I'd rather see the Andrade-Eubank fight. It is not clear, moreover, who would be putting the money for the bout Andrade proposed to Eubank. The skilled southpaw recently saw his long-term relationship with Eddie Hearn and Matchroom. Now, Eddie Hearn and Matchroom would probably be interested in an Andrade-Eubank fight. So I don't know, maybe I don't know who's Andrade working with, but I'm pretty sure Eddie Hearn might be interested in an Andrade Eubank fight. Chris Eubank, we've offered you a lot of money to fight me, bro. over $1 million for me. That's over $1 million, bro. We're talking. It's not for the fans' sake, bro. It's your pocket, for your dad, it's for your mom, your dad. I don't know if you got kids. I got kids. I got 4 kids. You feel me? I do what I do. Man, this guy's talking nonsense, man. Like, he's offering $1 million to Chris Eubank Jr. and he's thinking that that's some kind of a lot of money. It's not a lot of money to Chris Eubank. He probably got more for that in his last fight. Eubank's making good money. Just the Eubank name alone, you know, holds a lot of weight. Like I said, he could probably fight Conor Benn and make a 3, 4 million, 5 million, somewhere around that. That'd be a massive pay-per-view fight. The Andrade Eubank fight is not a massive pay-per-view fight. You know, Andrade's tripping, man. He's tripping. It is not clear if Andrade's proposal to Eubank was a fight at 160 or 168. That's another thing. He said super middleweight as well. And Eubank's currently fighting at middleweight, where Andrade is actually a champion, where he should be defending his belt against Janabek. I don't think Andrade wants to stay at 160 because if he fights Eubank at 160, right, the problem that he'll have is that people will accuse him of ducking Janabek. So there's no way he can stay at 160. So that's why he wants to fight at super middleweight. At least he can then say, I didn't have to, you know, I can't make 160 anymore. That's what it was all along for me with Andrade. Andrade wanted to move up to 168, was fighting Zach Parker. But after that, he probably saw maybe he was genuinely injured. But then how come he didn't fight that fight again? How come he's looking for a Eubank fight and not a Parker fight? That makes you think to yourself that, was there something fishy going on in the Parker fight that he just didn't want to... He just wasn't interested because of lack of interest in that fight and look for a way out of that fight. Who knows? So then he says, but there's a whole lot of money on the table for the fight for the WBO Super. And what I say super, I don't mean super middleweight champion. Like, bro, we are stars. You're a star. I'm a star. I'm a superstar. Embarrassing. You're a star. You got 2 losses. You're going to make a lot of money. Let's put this fight together, bro. You're talking about somebody, Ben, that's not even relevant to the situation. We need all the fans, all the UK fans, all the American fans, all the Cape Verde fans that are going to pull up. Trust me, you got Luxembourg, you got Amsterdam, I got UK, I got Africa. They're going to pull up to the O2 Arena. This guy is talking so delusional right now. It's unbelievable. Chris Eubanks, man, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Stop acting like that. Stop acting like that. Let's make the money. Let's feed our kids. Let's give boxing fans what we're looking for. It's Demetrius Andrade versus Chris Eubank, October, November, by the end of the year. And everybody, we're going to be a millionaire. Stay tuned. Man, that is probably one of the most delusional videos I've ever seen. I watched that video and I felt sorry for Andrade. It was an absolute shocking video, you know, to say the least. I don't understand this at all. Eubanks currently, like, here's the thing. If he was calling out Charlo, right, I could understand. I could understand. But you're calling out Eubank, who's not even a world champion. He's not even a credible name. You might as well fight Janabek. Yeah, I get why he wants to fight Eubank, because Eubank's an easier fight and it's a bigger payday. That's why he wants to fight Eubank, but it's not a more credible fight. If he fights Eubank and beats Eubank, he's not going to get much credit for that. But I don't think Andrade cares about credit now. I think he's at the end of his career. He just wants to make as big money as possible, and he wants to secure big names and big money fights, because at the end of the day, Andrade hasn't really had the opportunity to face big names. So that's why he probably doesn't want the Janabek fight, because a Janabek, again, it's a tough fight, and he knows that. And he's clearly avoiding that now. I think it's quite clear that he's avoiding the Janabek fight, because even if he fights Janabek, he's going to be fighting him at the last resort. You know what I mean? Where he's got no options, he's got nowhere to go, and he has no choice but to fight him, because this is kind of his last chance to secure a big name. And if not, then he's either going to have to decide where he's going to vacate and move up to 168, or he's going to fight Janabek. Personally, if you put a gun to my head, I think he'll fight Janabek. That's just my opinion. I think he'll fight Janabek because he'll have nowhere to go, but he'll do it reluctantly. I don't think he wants to fight Janabek. And a lot of you keep saying, well, you know, Janabek is unknown. So is Eubank. Eubank's done nothing. He's just a big name because of his father. He's not a world champion. You can't tell me he's not calling out a legend. He's not calling out a superstar in boxing, or he's not calling out a credible world champion, is he? He's calling out somebody who's really not really done much at world level. He's never been a world champion. Why not call out Billy Joe? If he calls out Billy Joe, I'd probably give him a lot more respect, because Billy Joe's, for me, a harder fight stylistically for him. I think Andrade is all wrong for Eubank. I think he'll beat Eubank easy. I think Billy Joe is a much tougher fight. Also, Billy Joe is a former 2-weight champion like Andrade. It's a much more credible fight. It's a much more interesting fight. Yes, I know Billy Joe's gone through a struggle, but again, I don't get it. I don't get why he's calling out Eubank. I don't. You know, even if it was a last cry to fight Charlo, I would understand, or Billy Joe. This fight against Eubank's a big name, and I just don't know why he would want to fight Eubank. I don't know what that fight does. He might as well fight Janabek. And a lot of you keep saying if Andrade beats Janabek, he's going to get no credit. He'll get a lot more credit beating Janabek than he would fighting Eubank. I certainly wouldn't be giving him credit for beating Eubank. I would if he beats Janabek. I'll tell you why. I know Andrade will beat Eubank. I know Andrade beats Eubank. He's all wrong for him. He's all wrong. Eubank is literally, he's got poor footwork, right? He's not a big puncher, right? Andrade is got a style that causes Chris Eubank all kinds of trouble. He's a slick southpaw, moves fast, got fast hands. He's all wrong. He's got great footwork, Andrade. He's all wrong for Chris Eubank. Eubank's got no chance. He's got literally no chance against this guy. So I can understand why he wants to fight Chris Eubank. He's all wrong. But the point is that there's a fight there waiting for him. And the guy that wants to fight him, his name is Janabek. You know, you can't be calling out Eubank, especially if it was a former world champion that had achieved a lot, or a guy that was a champion. I'd understand. If he called out Charlo, I would say, yeah, I'd rather see the Charlo fight than the Janabek fight. You know, he's not. If he fights Charlo, you can't say he's ducking Janabek. But the point I'm trying to make is now calling out Eubank is, for me, I don't believe Eubank would beat Janabek. I believe Janabek is a better fighter than Eubank. So for me, this is a way of trying to secure a big name by avoiding someone else. And also, I guarantee you, he'd want to fight Eubank at super middleweight. Because if he fights at 160, right? If Andrade fights at 160, he knows he'll have to vacate the belt, and people will say you ducked Janabek. Because there's no point of staying at 160, is there? Because the whole point of staying in a division is because you want to become world champion. You want to fight for titles. You want to defend your title. He's clearly not interested, because otherwise he'd be defending against Janabek. Which, I don't know. It's just not a good look. I think Andrade's been put in a situation now where he's been backed into a wall, and he doesn't know what to do. And this video was out of desperation. You know, it's sad really, because Andrade's a good fighter. He's a good fighter, but the way he's been managed, the way he's acted himself, I just don't think he's done himself any justice. And I personally think, you know, he hasn't got long left. And I wouldn't be surprised if he loses and he disappears, because boxing for Andrade must be so frustrating. How this guy has fought his whole career and not one world champion. Like, it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing, to say the least, that someone's been this badly mismanaged. You know, it's staggering, to say the least. But yeah, that's my opinion. Leave your thoughts in the comment section below, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.